What's up, Advanced Wars fans? My name is Synergy. You are watching Synergy Gaming TV, and yes, we are back with another Advanced Wars by Web replay commentary for you guys to enjoy. I know, I've been away from the channel just for a little bit, trying to figure out some stuff going on here, what direction we're going to take the channel and that kind of stuff, but we're back here making some more content for you guys to enjoy. Got a cool game, MMR around about 900 here, but using my favorite CO, Sammy. So we'll see how this game goes. Of course, for those of you guys who don't know, I don't pre-watch these to see what the outcome is, so I'm casting them live for the first time. So there's no like predictions or like I don't know who's gonna win. So just so you guys are aware, that's how it's gonna be. Without further ado, let's get into the match. As always, let's start this match off by introducing our players with the lab on the right-hand side of the map in red, playing Sammy. It is Weakness. And on the left side of the map in green, playing Eagle, it is Notrathomas. All right, we are into the match with Weakness kicking us off here. It's just going to be obviously the same standard infantry opener here. Day number 1 for Notrathomas. Going to see what he's going to do here. Move that infantry. We're going into the back corner to cap here instead of forwards. Kind of interesting. Like to see that. Standard infantry passing the turn. Day number 2 for Sammy. This one moving forward, getting into that map position here. I'm going to try and push forwards here. This is a big difference already between these two in their starting. Even though we're talking about infantry, that can be a determining factor of who gets to the middle first. Passing the turn over to day number 2 onto Notrathomas. And we're moving the infantry forward. They're going to capture that property. Moving from that factory, going to cap the one there in the top left-hand corner. And infantry, pass the turn. Day number 3, Weakness going to kick us off here. Going to finish capturing those two properties there in the bottom right-hand corner. And we're moving the infantry out along the edges. There we go. Just passing some more infantry here. Going to pass the turn off to Notrathomas here on day number 3. And finish capping those properties and do the same thing, basically following along the outside edges here. That additional infantry not doing a whole lot here at the moment. Has really started a cap, and that's about it. Passing over here to day number 4. Weakness going to launch us off here. Capturing the property there on the bottom middle of the map and just moving forward. You can see Weakness starting to push into the middle of the map here, and infantry's moving out. Standard gameplay. Oh, we've got ourselves an artillery. I just noticed that down here in the bottom corner. Down here in the bottom corner, we've got ourselves an artillery. That's going to be a great start here. We'll see if Notrathomas is going to follow in the same way here. Moving on to the next steps here. Moving this infantry just basically along the edge. We do have the recon out there first, so a little bit of a different play there between the two players there. Notrathomas going to bring out that extra vision, which is very, very important here in Fog of War, but Weakness deciding to get rid of that tank first in the bottom right-hand corner. So we'll see how that plays out with that little bit of vision that the tank gives off here right now. Infantry units just moving out, starting to move into the middle of the map as well. Notrathomas making infantry units there and passing the turn. Day number 5 now. Weakness kicking us off here, moving that artillery into position to get ready to fire on the tank down here at the bottom. This is going to open up the airport here for Weakness a little bit faster. It's looking like something that Notrathomas may or may not be deciding to do up here. Usually an artillery comes out by this point, and you want to start launching shots over at that tank to open up the airport for yourself. You can also use things like mechs as well and just have them walk across the water. So we'll see what kind of gameplay is going to come out of these two players. Already things are a bit different. This makes for a lot more of an interesting commentary when you're seeing some different styles coming out of these players. Weakness just moving straight up there on the right hand side of the map, going to start to head towards that comm tower. We don't see a whole lot of anything else here happening just yet. Got that artillery, and that's it. Just more infantry here. Lots of infantry here at the moment. Passing it over to day number 5. Notrathomas going to kick us off here on the second half, moving that recon unit into the bottom left-hand side of the map there. This is going to give an enormous amount of vision here at the moment, being able to see basically anything that Weakness is going to send in this direction, anything that's going to contest the capturing of this comm tower. Now, what's great about this specific recon here is it's going to allow Notrathomas to move in this direction up here, and then when he starts to see that there's going to be some pressure, he can start moving units downwards instead of forcing him this way and coming across. So this is going to be a very good recon, I think, in my opinion, in this specific situation here. Getting some more infantry units downwards there as well. Now, this is one of those situations he's going to try and move those infantry down to capture that comm tower, but he doesn't necessarily need to, and could apply some more pressure into the middle of the map because he has that recon there to reveal any sort of early push coming from Weakness across the bottom of the map there. And we've got our very first tank here from Notrathomas as well. First tank going to come out here for them. So we'll see if Weakness is going to get on board and match that tank here right now, or if we're going to go with battlecopters here after we get access to the airport. Infantry units there on the top right-hand corner, getting closer and closer to that comm tower, going to start moving in there as well. Now, this is going to be great because this specific recon unit down here from Notrathomas is going to have vision on this property, so he's going to be able to see that. Now, whether or not he decides to make the interrupt and bring that recon out of here without any other units reinforcing at the moment, the only thing that's kind of close is this infantry, but it's in the middle of a cap here. So if he does decide to make it out here, he's going to have this recon a little bit vulnerable. Now, we know specifically for saying that he's not vulnerable because there is only an infantry and an infantry here, so there's nothing that can rush in and apply really any damage to this recon if it decides to interrupt that cap. However, Notrathomas doesn't know that, so it's going to be an interesting play here to see what Notrathomas decides to do, if he's going to interrupt that cap or not. Infantry units from Weakness heading up to the middle of the map. Have ourselves a sip of Pepsi Max. Get the old whistle wet for you guys, and that's it. We're getting some recons and some tanks here now. So the tank timing actually coming from Weakness is relatively similar to that of Notrathomas, but we decided to sacrifice the early recon unit that Notrathomas got instead, and going with an artillery to open up that airport faster. So this is going to be a deciding factor as to whether or not Sammy gets that air superiority. I'm going to be thinking that Weakness here using Sammy is going to take advantage of transport copters to get some mech units into the middle of the map and control these contested properties, and see if we can hold that. At least these three for Sammy, and then these three, of course, for Notrathomas. So we'll see what kind of battle we're going to get there. I'm hoping to see some transport copters. That would make the most sense out of this specific play here right now. And we are getting the interrupt here. Notrathomas is going to move in that recon unit, taking that gamble, realizing that it's probably not going to be anything there this early, but the tank that's down here is gonna apply some pressure there. Notrathomas moving in to capture more of those properties here, and we're starting to see Notrathomas into the middle, starting to capture a little bit of that center map presence here right now, and additional following up with some tanks and another infantry unit, passing the turn to day number 7. Here, Weakness is going to launch us off here, moving that tank into position. Does this tank see the recon? No, it doesn't. The infantry unit does. So at this point here right now, the recon unit would have seen the tank move into those trees right down here. You can see there. So we saw the tank coming in here. Excuse me, this recon would have seen it there. So whether or not he's going to keep and applying some pressure there or back it off here and wait for some reinforcements to come in is going to be the decision that Notrathomas is going to have to make down below. We're going to have that artillery finish off that shot on the airport and get that out of the way, and then move in to capture one of the middle properties as well. Weakness going in for that double cap here at the moment. Now, this is something that Sammy can get away with a lot more because of that increased capturing ability of Sammy's here, that passive. It does make it so that even if Sammy's infantry takes some damage, still able to get that cap off, which is really, really good for the early game. Unfortunately, Sammy doesn't transition too well into the late game, but we can see here moving infantry units up to the right-hand corner, and we've got the recon unit moving across there, infantry into the middle of the map as well, and we're just going to build more infantry and a tank. Passing the turn here to Notrathomas, launching his half of day number 7. Let's see what's going on here. Ends up taking out that infantry unit. So it's looking like Notrathomas didn't see the fact that there's that tank there, and it's going to take some extra damage here, moving more units into the middle. And across the top there, we're moving in to get some vision on that comm tower here. This is good information here for Notrathomas, realizing that the comm tower hasn't been capped yet. That means that weakness is probably moving more into the middle. Now we have this recon unit here, which is also super awesome, dope YOLO swaggins. We're getting some great vision here as well, being able to see basically all the stuff that's happening on these two middle properties without having a risk of any retaliation as well, because these units don't have the vision to see what that recon unit is doing. So this is actually pretty huge here right now for Notrathomas. Seems like he's in a very good information gathering position here at the moment. You can see there in the bottom left hand corner, moving in to capture some of those properties. Tanks moving across the top. It's looking like Notrathomas definitely wants to stop weakness from getting that comm tower, putting in double tanks there at the top, and we're getting an anti-air. This is actually relatively clever because weakness took out the artillery unit here. That is a very good indicator that for Notrathomas that there's going to be some air units coming in here. So this is a very nice preemptive anti-air unit that's going to be able to apply a lot of pressure here in the middle of the map, also deal with a lot of the infantry as well, but it's going to make sure that Notrathomas is prepared in case weakness decides to go for any sort of other strange strategy play and coming out with a battlecopter instead of a transport copter, something like that. So Notrathomas is going to be absolutely prepared for that. And we finish off with building another infantry unit and passing the turn to weakness, day number 8. Moving that infantry unit there, the bottom middle. Tanks going to come in on the property and basically wreak havoc on that recon. This is our first major fight of the battle. Moving that tank in there to do some serious damage to the recon unit. We can see the other recon unit, they're moving into the middle of the map, and infantry units just going to start gathering some info, and this is where weakness realizes that the tank up here at the top has been revealed, and this is something that weakness is going to have to counter here. We might see the tank from down here start moving up and apply some pressure, and we'll also see this infantry unit probably move up and then spawn a tank as well. This is actually really good information for weakness, and is going to allow weakness to make the proper adjustments in the game. Infantry unit moving up there just to make sure that there is nothing in that comm tower. Also hiding it in the bushes, which is really, really good. We're bringing in that artillery unit's finally going to start applying some pressure into the middle of the map. Infantry unit. So we're not going to see any counterplay coming here out of weakness at the moment. I'm a little bit surprised that we're just allowing these tanks to sit up here freely. It's looking like weakness maybe isn't too worried about it. I'm a little bit surprised, and that was the reaction there. Maybe because there wasn't enough income. That could have been it. That there wasn't enough income. Oh, we built a battlecopter. That's what I missed. We built a battlecopter here. So this battlecopter is going to come up and apply some pressure. So we do have an answer there. We're not going to use tanks. We're going to use Sammy's battlecopters instead. So we're not going to have any transport copters coming out of Sammy either. But we can see how that plays out here. Moving into the other half of day number 8, I believe. And Notrathomas here, working on it with us right now. Infantry unit moving down to capture that comm tower there in the bottom left-hand corner. Notrathomas is going to be the one in the priority here, and boom! Tank's going to interrupt that cap here. Big mistake coming out of weakness. Maybe this was a bait play. Not exactly sure why that happened. Maybe just a lack of scouting or knowledge there, but now weakness knows everything that's in this area and is going to be able to counter effectively. We have this recon unit going to move in here and apply some pressure here. This is a great play actually from Notrathomas because of the vision that the recon has revealed. He knows that there's nothing there that he's able to see that's in place right now. Now there could have been some tanks hiding it out in the bushes or anything like that, but so far there wasn't. I don't know if bringing that recon out of play. Maybe not. A 3 HP recon, not that useful. Great for information gathering now, though. However, we do have this blank spot here at the bottom of the map, which is kind of a bad situation for Notrathomas to be in here. Moving this recon up there to get it out of the way, I mean, you're just losing so much information in that section of the map. We'll have to see if that plays out for him here right now. I don't know if just going for a single kill on an infantry unit was the right play. We're seeing some artillery and APC coming out of Notrathomas, passing the turnover to weakness here. Going to kick us off here with day number 9. Tank moving in here. Boom, pow. You are dead. Bango, bongo. There goes the reconno. No idea what that was. Infantry units coming in here. This is weakness doing a little bit of retaliation for that kill there. And ooh, good play there on weakness there. Moving that infantry to at the bottom of the map there. Where's my cursor? There it is. Moving that infantry on top of that mountain to give mountain vision, which is actually really, really good in this specific situation. So we've changed, you can see here, from Notrathomas owning this section of the map, moving that recon up here and then losing that recon. We've now lost the map vision here for Notrathomas, and now weakness has gained it simply from the use of that infantry on the mountain. We've got that tank moving in there as well to apply some pressure, and we are going to interrupt that cap. This is something that weakness is going to basically commit to here with the tank, and we've got that battlecopter in the middle of the map moving its way up as well. We're going to get ourselves an anti-air. This is a preemptive anti-air. There's been no indication other than maybe a lack of tanks on the map that there is going to be an air unit, although that's not really needed. Maybe weakness is planning on this just to deal with infantry because the tank is still here. That weakness can see the tank is still here on top of that airport. So there aren't going to be any air units here. I'm not sure why weakness decided to build that. Maybe just to deal with the infantry on the map here. We're starting to see some extra capping going on there. The cap and then the merge there, the join capping happening there in the bottom left-hand corner, bringing in some anti-air here right now, dealing some damage, some shenanigans happening, and it's looking like Notrathomas falling back here a little bit. Infantry unit moving forward, doing a little bit of scouting here. Tank's going to deal some damage in the top right-hand corner on that infantry unit, and we're getting an APC moving around here. Looking like at this specific moment, Notrathomas is going to get that mech unit into that APC here, doing a little bit of Sammy tactics coming out. We're building just another tank, and a mech unit. Passing the turn, day number 10, weakness is going to kick us off. Infantry units moving up there. Battlecopter going to come in here and get a nice initiation attack right there with the anti-air unit there at the bottom of the map moving up and inwards, and the tank going to interrupt that cap again. Infantry unit coming off that mountain to go bing bang bongo, and this is not where you want to be in this situation right now. You had an opportunity to get your comm tower and you've lost it. This is not a very good thing to happen. Tanks moving into the middle here. Weakness going to start applying a little bit of that pressure and going for that middle game map control, getting the recon to deal some damage. Tanks are going to come and finish that recon off, and artillery unit doing some jiggy janky tree hopping here right now. And another battlecopter coming out here, a mech unit and an infantry. Sammy just utilizing that income to the max here, finishing off with those units and passing it over to Notrathomas's half of day number 10. Backing off that tank here, going to get a little bit of repairs on there on the next turn, and the flak going to deal with that infantry unit in the middle, and the tank's going to deal with the infantry unit at the top, backing it off into the trees just to kind of hide it here. It's going to prevent some of that preemptive damage from a Sammy player or from weakness coming in here and dealing with that tank here up at the top here. Just leaving it in the forest is going to require something like the battlecopter, and then the artillery unit to come in and finish it off or things like that. It just requires kind of that double unit to deal with it here. Which is not actually a bad play here for Notrathomas, to be blatantly honest here. Mech unit into that APC there on the left-hand side, moving it down to the bottom here. Unfortunately, it's looking like that's not going to be quite in range enough. If that tank is able to deal with that mech unit, then we're going to be in trouble. Although we did land it into some trees, so it should be a good preemptive attack here. Coming from Notrathomas there in that mech unit at the bottom. I like that. It's nice to see mech unit play. Those efficient units they're just so efficient, cost effective. Basically, we're building a rocket now. We've got ourselves a rocket, ladies and gentlemen. Eagle coming out with that big rocket play there. That's pretty huge. Hopefully he's able to utilize that here. Basically, that and that infantry unit passes the turn over to weakness here. Launching us off on the next day. Infantry unit just attacking infantry units there at the top hand corner, and we're moving in. Weakness going to capture Notrathomas's comm tower here. This is a big play. Using the battlecopter there to boom, tank gone, tank damage on the flak. Getting the recon unit in there to prevent the hasty retreat. I like that. Good play there. And then moving that battlecopter along the bottom, flak cannon moving into the middle there, and APCs as well coming for the Sammy player. Another tank, and then passes the turn to Notrathomas's half of day number 11. We're going to see a tank moving into the middle. It's going to deal with that recon unit. Flak moving over there to take out the battlecopter. That was a huge play from Notrathomas. Absolutely massive. We're backing out there. I'm not sure, why Notrathomas decided to back off there. Maybe just a lack of vision in this specific section of the map. Not sure exactly what's going to be coming his way. So falling back to be safe, not always the worst idea. Blatantly off. Oh, infantry unit gets trapped there. That was actually a really good play. Now not able to get that mech unit in the way. And APC unit going to move back here, probably going to try and gather another mech unit. We've got the rocket at the top of the map, moving into the middle, going to try and gain a little bit of the map control, and then boom, we drop the medium tank there, top left-hand corner. Notrathomas bringing it on heavy infantry unit and passing the turn to weakness, day number 12. Here we go. Infantry unit going there at the top right-hand corner to capture that comm tower. And we're going to get a little bit of shenanigans happening there at the bottom left. Infantry unit going for that cap on that property and is completely eradicated by weakness. Not going to happen. Another battlecopter coming in here into the middle. You can see here right now that weakness is absolutely going for that middle control here, which is actually very good on this. This map is pretty small, so you're able to get to both directions relatively easily. So controlling the middle of the map on this specific map is pretty good here. We've got a mech unit there getting ready to go into the APC here that was created on the turn before. Battlecopter and a recon unit coming in here from weakness, and we're just moving into the middle of the map to gain control. Tank's going to fall backwards to gain some repairs and then also be in position to reinforce if needed. Passing the turn over to Notrathomas' half of day number 12. And we'll see what we have here. Sorry about that, guys. A little bit of swipe up there. We've got the rockets finally going to deal with that tank on the airport there. And flak unit coming in here to destroy the infantry unit on that comm tower. Great job there with Notrathomas controlling that. Moving those infantry into the middle, they are going to be eviscerated on the next turn. This is not good, but we do have weakness finishing that capture there at the bottom. This is going to be something that Notrathomas needs to be concerned about because Tommy's infantry... Notrathomas' infantry, words are confusing your weaknesses. Sammy's infantry gaining that additional 10% and not having that matching on Eagle is actually a really big difference considering Sammy's buff already to the infantry. This is going to be pretty huge, to be blatantly honest here right now. Falling back here right now to protect that rocket. Notrathomas looking kind of like he's losing the game here. He was in such a commanding spot here, and now we just seem to be getting dumpstered a little bit here in the middle. This is going to be a very ugly situation here for Notrathomas there, Notrathomas in the middle of the map there. Weakness is going to start moving in some stuff here. We got the APC coming in to the... Oh, he's going to the top, actually, with that mech unit. Great job here. And we're just going to use all of the tools here to basically eradicate the middle of the map. Their weakness has gained full control. We're going to have that B-copter there at the top going to do some damage to the infantry units here. It's not looking like Notrathomas is going to get himself a comm tower for himself here. Not looking good. We got another mech unit, some infantry here. It's like Sammy's trying to save up for something. That's what happens when you keep dumping into your battlecopters, which I think is working here right now. There hasn't been really any indication that there's any sort of air unit pressure coming from Notrathomas. Obviously, still having that tank there in the middle. This is actually a really good situation for weakness to be in here at the moment. Passing the turn over to Notrathomas. We're going to start bringing stuff falling back in here. Rockets taking out that tank finally on the airport is going to give Notrathomas access to airport units now for this map, and we're just starting to try and recapture some of the map here. I like the one infantry. This is actually sneaky here. This little infantry sitting in the corner here of weakness. Basically just giving vision of this little corner. Kind of interesting, kind of sneaky. I like it. A good little play there. Nothing to be worried about, though. Notrathomas doesn't really care. It's just kind of chilling here. Rocket moving up forward here a little bit. I don't know if I would have moved the rocket first without getting vision. It seems a little ballsy here, but Notrathomas going to deal a lot of damage there to the units in the middle. And APC coming back to ferry some more units here. Basically making a recon unit, infantry unit, and we got a battlecopter. And we're going to pass the turn. Weakness kicking off his go here. Now, what are we going to do here? Infantry units there at the bottom left-hand side of the map here. Going to interrupt that cap on that comm tower, which is exactly what should be done. And we're getting some shenanigans in the middle of the map as well. Looking good here. Weakness is pushed right past that medium tank. He's just like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, whatever. Just moving by it. Yeah, whatever. Battlecopter coming into the middle. Recon units coming into the middle. Tank coming into the middle. We're just going to pop that bad boy here right now. And this is not looking good for Notrathomas here. I'm thinking we're going to feel some GG action coming in here pretty quick. Weakness has definitely dominated map control here. Did it without the use of transport copters. And day 14 coming in here. Anti-air. Going to go pow, bango. Hit that infantry unit. Battlecopter coming in. Hits the tank. And you're going to get rid of that tank as well here. Infantry unit going to try and do nothing here, but just sacrifice itself. And sacrifice itself again. And sacrifice itself again. And sacrifice itself again. It's looking like Notrathomas might just be giving up here. Trying to do some damage to that tank, I guess. Doesn't really need the units. Not sure. We got, if you're looking over here at the numbers here, weakness up to, where are we at here? Weakness at 21. And Eagle. And Notrathomas down to 10 units. So we're not looking good here if we're looking at map statistics here. This is a little bit difficult. And there it is. The GG. Notrathomas just gets owned there, kind of in the mid to late game there. Weakness able to just dominate with that map control here. Very, very interesting match here with the player sitting right around that 900 MMR mark. Not too bad. Maybe some of you newer players would have learned a little bit of something. But yes, great game. Great job, Weakness. Great job, Notrathomas. And thank you guys so much for watching Synergy Gaming TV. My name is Synergy, and we'll catch you guys on the flip side.